Hey guys, welcome to the Brew the Truth podcast. Today's episode 7. You got DullOxide and Drunk Joe back again. Let's crack a couple open.
Oh, yeah. This show is not brought to you by Stella Artois, but if it were, that would be cool.
Yeah, I'd take Newcastle too, but I just don't think it's going to happen on either of those. So,
Not with that attitude.
yeah, we could try. In fact, Newcastle or Stella, if you guys are watching and you feel like you'd like to sponsor even one show, by all means, send us a voucher or a case.
Oh, look at that head. Oh, my goodness. I wonder if it's supposed to be like that. I don't think it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, you pouring too much head, but...
Oh.
Alright, well...
Oh, it's about to fall.
You're killing me.
Hey, this is really exciting. Hold on. Oh, come on, meniscus. Hold.
So for those of us that can only hear this ridiculousness,
Oh, yeah.
he barely fit his entire beer with the head inside of his Stella
Oh, no,
glass.
it just started to drip on the side here.
Yeah, he just sucks that bad. So cheers real quick.
Ding. I'm not going to move it because it's dangerous.
Okay, so today we're going to go ahead and we want to talk a little bit about Star Wars: The Last Jedi. And
I
how
thought we already
fucking...
talked about Star Wars.
Yeah, we have. We've actually talked about Star Wars at least once. And
Too much.
at least once. And the Star Wars Last Jedi trailer just dropped last week. And
Yesterday?
was it yesterday?
Pretty sure.
Last yesterday. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that and the expectations that we might have had for the movie, and what we think is going to happen a little bit. We haven't seen any spoilers or anything, so we won't be spoiling anything. It'll just be our own opinion. So first off...
Oh, that's right. There were some spoilers that came out, huh?
I don't know, but if there were, I didn't read them. So first off, what did you think, Joe?
So maybe my expectations were a little high. So let me explain. So, I went through my normal work day yesterday, and throughout the day, people were messaging me saying, "Hey, did you see the latest Star Wars trailer? Hey, oh my God, nerd chills." And then my wife eventually was like, "Oh, hey, don't watch the trailer without me." So I was like, "Yeah, cool." So I got home, got all ready for it, put it on the YouTubes, and I start watching the trailer, and I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be so cool. It's gonna be cool." I'm holding out hope to the last scene, and oh yeah, nothing happened, and they didn't explain anything, and they didn't show or tease anything. They're just like, "Oh, Rey is training with Luke," and that's what we knew.
Yeah.
I was pretty underwhelmed.
I gotta, I kind of felt like they were going, obviously the Star Wars music is very recognizable.
Love the Star Wars music.
So the intro to the trailer, obviously it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
However, that whole intro scene where they're playing the music and then you see Rey's hand slam down after 10 seconds, I felt like that was a terrible fucking intro. All right, because why? It makes it kind of seem like from that intro that she's been overwhelmed by the Force, by feeling it. And so that kind of, to me, seems not really super cool, because who else has ever shown that they've been basically taken down to a knee by just feeling the Force? Obviously, if it was a really bad Force shift or something, maybe that has something to do with it. But I kind of got a feel from the way that the entire thing played out is obviously they're trying to go for a little bit of mystery, because why would Luke want to say, if you guys haven't seen it yet, watch it. Pause this video. Go watch it.
Watch the trailer first.
Watch the trailer, and then you can unpause right here at around 4 minutes. And so basically, at the point where he's like, "The one thing I know to be true is that the Jedis need to end," or whatever the fuck he says.
Yeah, it's
right?
basically that. Yeah.
I was like, that's some Yoda shit right there. Only because when Luke first shows up and starts training with Yoda, Yoda is just kind of like, oh yeah, Jedi is not really kind of the thing anymore. And now we have the the last Jedi that's in here, and we don't know if it's referring to Luke or Rey, and it's kind of weird. So I feel like they're obviously trying to avoid some things to make the video interesting, but I don't know. It didn't get me as hyped as I thought it would.
Yeah, no, definitely. And actually, so one of my friends made a Facebook group like right after the trailer dropped, and he's like, "All right, everybody, we're gonna rent a room in one of the theaters here, and we're gonna watch it. You know, it's in a little private box, and it's $500. But if we split it this many ways, it'll only be $20 each." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's great. So I'm not gonna be able to hear the sound from the theater because I'm closed off in a little plexiglass tank. I'm gonna be in the very back."
Have you ever been in one of those boxes?
Yes, I have, and it was fucking awful.
What? Where'd you go?
I watched Cloverfield, and it was Century Theater, is all I'll say.
Okay. Well,
it was a long time ago, obviously.
The Texas Station one has a built-in 5.1 surround sound system inside of the room.
Yeah,
so
but it's not the same thing as
it
having
isn't quite the same
theater.
thing, but it also has a fucking mini fridge, and you can bring whatever refreshments you want in.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I mean, like,
dude, you could have beer and pizza and chicken wings while you're watching the new Star Wars.
It's not worth it though. Like, I'd rather watch it in the theater where you can hear everyone's reaction.
So
and
my hope is that it's going to be at the dine-in one that's in town now, because that'd be fucking sweet. Because then I could order a burger and a beer and fucking watch Star Wars.
It's just distracting. I don't want to do that when I'm trying to watch the movie. I'll do that at home.
It's so good.
I'll do it at home, but I'm not going to do that in public. That's weird.
Well, I mean, your friend has an okay idea, but the better idea would just be to rent out the whole theater with friends.
That's what I said. I said if you rent the whole theater, that would be better. Yeah. But then you're going to have a really small theater, or you have to know a lot of people, and I don't want to do either of those things.
Well, I mean, no, not really, because like, say if you got the AMC that's around the corner. So the AMC around the corner has smaller theaters. It's something like, I want to say 60 seats. So I feel like you could fill 60 seats pretty easy.
I don't know that many people.
Oh, I could fill 60 seats if I wanted to.
All right. Well, we can't all be Mr. Popular. All right.
Hey. But,
hey.
Yeah, so, no, I mean, overall, I think that no matter what, I'm going to see it in theaters. Like, come on. It's even if it was fucking episode 1 again, I'd go see it in theaters. But, yeah, I just kind of felt like, first off, there was only the 2 characters in the entire trailer, right?
Yeah. Which, that's fine. I don't mind that.
So that was kind of wacky, but the name, The Last Jedi, like if you think of it in terms of all of the previous movie names where they were kind of like not quite what it would have been, you know, like A New Hope isn't quite what the movie is, like, you know what I mean?
No, I mean it explains the overall idea, A New Hope, but get this, A New Hope was actually named after the movie was already done in theaters. Like, it came out with just Star Wars. It didn't have A New Hope Episode 4 in there.
Yeah.
It was just the credits at the beginning, the reel. So that they just added that after the fact. I don't really count that one.
Well, I mean, yeah, but all the other names, I'm saying, like, all of them are the Return of the Jedi. Like, that's implying that the Jedi ever left. You know, like
no.
As
JT
JT would say,
just...
I'm bringing sexy back. It never left. Geez. You know?
No, but the Return of the Jedi was the return of Luke, not the return of the Jedi as a whole. It was the Jedi, like the one person. Return of that Jedi. Because the original name was Revenge of the Jedi, so what else could that have possibly meant?
I don't know. I don't buy that.
Who are the Jedi revenging against in Episode 6? Nothing.
Like, here's the thing, is that the teachings are the Jedi teachings, right? They're the teachings of the Force in the Jedi manner. And actually, like, saying that he's the last Jedi isn't even, like, close to right. Because we know Ben was trained in the way of the Jedi. So even though he appears to be a Sith, if you're going to call him Sith these days, he's still considered a Jedi. Like, he could still turn just like Vader did and turned back to a Jedi in the end. You know?
I don't think that when they say the last Jedi, they mean like all the Jedi are going to go away. I think they mean this is the last Jedi as we know the Jedi to be like this big organization that was, guiding the older public. It's just going to be like you're a Force user or something.
Okay,
like that.
so you're thinking that it's more than likely going to be something closer to like, kind of like they have the New Republic. We're going to have the New Jedi.
I wouldn't call them New Jedi. They might come up with some other
the Neo
name.
Jedi.
Oh, geez, that's just retarded. But no, I think they'll just have some other name, or they won't have a name. But Jedi is an organization more than it is, or like it's a way of viewing things as a Force user. It's not. It's not.
Yeah,
it doesn't encompass the light side of the Force.
Actually, Karina wants to say that that Jedi is already pluralized, so it could be the last of all of the Jedi. It could be many Jedi.
Well, and Yoda even says the last of the Jedi will you be. So, like it makes sense.
Thanks, Yoda. Spoil it.
He's fulfilling his destiny prophecy. In a sense. Yeah,
I want to see Dark Luke. That's all.
I honestly I think Luke's dead, and think he's gonna die.
He might die, but he's definitely coming back spirit. Like,
well, of course, no, come on.
So, all right. So let's go on to the next topic. We could probably go on this for a whole 30 minutes, but I mean, on a fucking like 2-minute trailer, it's not. Yeah.